Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into issue number 9 of X-Men, From the Ashes, where things get really intense. We're going to break down Charles Xavier's secret plan and how it ties into the larger X-Men universe. So, the issue starts with a heavy narration, questioning Charles Xavier's legacy. It asks, "Is it hard to look at the world you made?" This sets the tone for the entire issue, as we see Charles grappling with the consequences of his actions. The narration suggests that mutants are now hated and feared, not because of what they've done, but because of what Charles has done. We then cut to Kamala and her friends, just hanging out like regular teens when Anoli walks in with some shocking news. He's brought Charles Xavier to their doorstep. Yes, the Charles Xavier, who's now an escaped convict and the most wanted mutant on the planet. Prodigy, one of the young mutants, is not happy about this. He calls Charles out, saying his actions buried their last chance at a mutant homeland. But Charles isn't there to apologize. He's there because Dr. Doom has control of the last remaining seed of Krakoa. And if Doom gets his hands on it, things could go very badly. Now, here's where things get interesting. Charles convinces Anole and Kamala to help him retrieve the seed from Doom's clutches. But as the story unfolds, it becomes clear that Charles has a much bigger plan in mind. During their mission, Charles is constantly haunted by a narrator, later revealed to be Mojo. The narration suggests that Charles is willing to sacrifice anyone, even his own students, to achieve his goals. And as the story progresses, we see Charles abandon Kamala and Anole when they're facing Mojo, one of the X-Men's most dangerous foes. Wait, what? Charles just leaves them? Yep. Instead of helping them, Charles focuses on his own mission, retrieving his Cerebro helmet from a vault. This is where we start to see the cracks in Charles's facade. The narration suggests that Charles no longer cares about mutants as a whole. His only concern is Zandra, his daughter. As the issue progresses, we learn that Charles's plan isn't just about stopping Doom or saving Krakoa. It's about something much bigger. The narration reveals that Charles is willing to sacrifice everything, his students, his legacy, even his own morality, to achieve his ultimate goal. In the final pages, we see Charles walking away from the chaos, leaving Kamala and Anole to fend for themselves. The narration drives home the point. Charles is no longer the hero we thought he was. He's become a man willing to do whatever it takes, even if it means betraying those who trust him. And here's the kicker. The narrator throughout the issue is revealed to be Mojo, who's been manipulating events from the shadows. Mojo mocks Charles, calling him out for his arrogance and his willingness to use others as pawns in his game. So, what does all of this mean for the future of the X-Men? Well, it's clear that Charles Xavier is no longer the benevolent leader we once knew. He's become a darker, more complex character, willing to make morally questionable decisions for what he believes is the greater good. The issue ends with Mojo revealing his own plan, using the seed of Krakoa to create infinite versions of himself. Meanwhile, Charles walks away, seemingly unconcerned with the fate of his students or the mutant race as a whole. This sets up some huge questions for the future. Will Charles's actions come back to haunt him? Can the X-Men survive without their leader? And what role will Mojo play in the coming issues? So, what do you think about Charles Xavier's secret plan? Is he a hero, a villain, or something in between? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.